Ray made Apur Sangsar in 1959, which means that the trilogy didn't really happen consecutively. So between Aparajita and Apur Sangsar, Ray made this other brilliant masterpiece called Jalsaghar, or The Music Room, and this was made in 1958. And as I've said, with a lot of his films, Ray was really interested in these beautiful moments of transition in history, when very large changes were taking place in the background. And over here, for this story, we have the decaying of the feudal world, feudal power coming to an end, and the one man who holds our interest in Jalsaghar is this old aristocrat, this old zamindar, as we call them in Bengal, in his decaying mansion. The mansion's falling to pieces, the house is falling to pieces, his entire economy is falling to pieces. But here's a man who still lives in his old world, and he still believes, or still wants to believe, in that grandeur that was his life, that represented his life. And the symbol for this becomes the music room, or the Jalsaghar, where the zamindar, who was a great patron of the arts, used to hold wonderful music concerts and have a lot of people around him, and his reputation rested on that. So in the narrative here, we find here is a zamindar who's gradually losing his money, his wealth. There's very little money left at the moment, and he's forced to now lease out part of his lands to the industrialists or the new capitalists. So in a way, it's the interface between the aristocracy, which is dying out, and the aristocracy which has its own code of values, which has its own morals, and the new brash industrialism coming in. So people who are coming in with a lot of money and who are making money through industrialism, but capitalists who really don't have culture behind them. So that's the essential clash in this film, and that's in a way articulated in extraordinarily musical sequences, because Ray brings in the best of contemporary musicians into this Jalsaghar. So we have Begum Akhtar singing, we have Roshan Kumari dancing, we have Ustad Vilayat Khan on the sitar, and Bismillah Khan on the shehnai. So literally wonderful classical musicians bringing an extraordinary amount of visual and audio wealth into this film. Jalsaghar again filmed very beautifully by Subrata Mitro. The entire location of this house, the Rajbari, in a place called Nimtita near the district of Murshidabad, was found after a lot of location hunting. So there are very interesting stories about how that particular mansion was found. And Chobi Biswas, this wonderful don of Bengali cinema, plays the extraordinary part of a man who holds on to his pride when everything else has slipped away. And for me, again, one of my most favorite sequences is that very long sequence of the Kathak performance by Roshan Kumari in that beautiful Jalsaghar with its chandeliers and its mirrors. And we have had critics say this before, that Hindi cinema has always had song and dance, dressing up narratives. But this is the first time that within a realistic aesthetic, within a realistic narrative, song and dance was playing such an organic and such a contributive part in a film.